So welcome back everyone to this video. In this video I'm gonna explain the most important part, which is the behavior implementation. Here in this behavior implementation we will have all the crude operation logic, all the determination and action logic, everything is defined here. So let's see how it is being done. So let's see our behavior implementation based on our user interface. So this is a managed implementation, and this is the global class which contains a local Abap pool of classes. Okay, we will see later where we will write our all the logic. And this is a draft enable application, so we'll have a draft table. So you can see here first table, and this is the second table. Now we have the persistent table where all the data will be stored. This is our custom table. Now okay, the lock master, what it does, it is used for concurrency control. Like it means that whenever someone tries to change the same data, same row, you can say, then this e tag, what it does, it will get mismatched. Okay, and what it will does, it will prevent, like it will prevent the other user, that it will not allow the other user to make the changes. So that's why we are using this e tag lock master total e tag. And e tag master is to see that what changes has been done on database table, like who is that person, like when is the last time that this changes had been done or created or anything. For that record, e tag master is being used. And these are the create, update, delete option. This is the field we are making it employee ID development ID as a read only update. That means it won't be changed once created. And this is only a read only, it can neither be created nor edited. Okay, these are calculated by our e tag master, you can see here. And this is mandatory, like when we create the record, these fields has to be filled. Okay, now this is our user dev association relationship. So this enables, like this tells us that we can create our user dev child records using this association. That's why we have used create and with draft. Okay, the feature instance we have used it because we want our dynamic changes, dynamic enable you can say, like we want to change the create button, delete button dynamically based on what condition it should be enabled, edit and everything. We'll see what I mean. So similar way, action also we have defined as a feature instance. Okay, and for download and upload. And determination is to trigger a specific method, like changing or auto populating some file status or selected status based on the modification of particular field. Like when employee ID and development ID is modified, then this particular field will be changed, means auto populated. That's why we have used determination. Side effects to reload the UI once the changes have been done. So at the same time we want our data to be reflected. Let's say you upload the Excel and you have to refresh it again every time, then that's not a good practice, right? We want, like, as soon as you upload the Excel, you can see the data simultaneously. Okay, so what it does is, like when action upload completed, it refresh the user dev child records and its parent records. Same way, attachment is changed. When attachment is changed, then the file status is also being changed or reflected, you can see. And these are the draft actions. And yes, the most important part, mapping. So what happens, like we have seen that the fields of interface and interface view and our database table is not same. So RAP framework will not know that which fields to map for data saving. So by mapping, we are we are telling RAP framework that okay, you need to map this employee id of database table, or you need to map this employee id of reference with this employee id of database table. If you forget to let's say add some field here mapping, then what happened, like after if you try to save the data, it won't save. Maybe it will give a dump, or you will not see any data in the back. Okay, same way here for our another like association part. Now there is the projection behavior. Here we have defined our side effects. Don't forget to add this side effect, otherwise that side effect won't work. Draft also, all the action button and association also, everything we need to use here. Okay, now let's come to our classes. That global classes I told, right? So this is our global classes. Now I have defined one structure here. So this is for excel template, that empty template, we will use this structure. So these are the fields, these are the heading in the excel. Now let's see the logic part here. So we have our four methods, 5 methods, like upload excel, field selected status, file status, download excel. And this is one method I have defined for better readability of our program. Okay, that's why if you want to see what are components in these keys, then you can press F2 and you can see what are all the components here. So these are key fields, these are CID reference. Okay, so let's start one by one. Let's go to download excel first. Okay, now let's go to read excel first, then we'll see how everything is done. So this is the read excel. Okay, so wait. Okay, so you can see here we have our importing parameter as IAM-GET template, IAM-GET header. So what it does, like when you want to download the template, and these are our Abap boolean type, that then we will mark it as X. And if we want the data, like when the data will be saved from internal table to our Excel to internal table, then do we want the header or not? That's why I have defined get header. And this is to get the Excel data, either empty or like blank or like anything. And this is our attachment. We will pass the attachment, which is a changing parameter. Now let's go to the code. So here you can see our data variables. So this is data variable for reading attachment with content and reading blank attachment. For a while, just don't focus on these two, you will get it why I've defined it when I will explain the download and upload. So this is the LT Excel table, internal table, which I filled with our heading part. Now here comes the main logic. So this is the API which we will use here for downloading and upload converting the data. This is a very what it does, it reduces the complexity. That's why we have used it. So what it does, we will first read the document with attachment. Okay, like what attachment, we will pass the attachment and read the document, that Excel document. After that, we will get the attachment, like at what position the attachment is, that like in Excel file, when you open Excel file, we have various tab down, right? So we are considering that the Excel file you're gonna upload has content on the first position. So read the document, read the Excel file, get the position of that works document, like Excel. After that, this is for like when we have some attachment. Okay, now in order to get the empty attachment, like empty template, we will read the empty template and at what position you wanna place it, like 1 or 2 or anything. So that's why you can use it any numeric value. I just use a variable. So this is basically to give the position at which you wanna place this empty template. After that, since we have our object ready, now we have to like create a pattern. Like pattern represents like at what do you want to read, like where you want to read from, at what ranges you want to read from. So basically I want to read from like the row, like from row I want to read that, like let's say you want to read it from header 1, like column row 1 or from column 5, then you can use it accordingly. Since when you want to read the header, you have to use row 1. Let's say if you want to put the header in the blank template in 5th row, then you can use it. Also, you want to restrict by reading it to column. Let's say from A to M you want to read it, then you can also restrict it. So this is for range selection, like what pattern you wanna in what pattern you wanna read this. So get the pattern. After that, nothing, since everything is ready, now we're gonna execute it and transfer it to our LT Excel. So this is when we have the attachment, like when we are converting data. So this is for that, and this is part is when we are gonna get the empty template. I think pretty much I've explained the logic. Let's go to upload Excel now. So here's the upload Excel. So first of all, we read the entity, our user entity in the upload Excel. We got the attachment. Now we passed, since we want the data in internal table with header. Okay, so that's why we have passed template as blank and this one as X, and the attachment file with some content. So we will get the data in this Excel template. Okay, and this part of coding is for our validating our header, like is that template has proper header, the correct header or not. Because let's say if these are not the header and you use some other template, then there will be data mismatch, right? Saved to our data will be saved, but it won't be the user ID, it won't be the development ID, anything. So just for better for cross checking, okay, we have used this validation. Now here comes, like, since we don't want to save our heading in our table, so that's why we have deleted, and also we have read it like we have read with position 1, like instead of header. That's why. Now in the Excel now here is the catch, here's the condition, that since you have created a particular row, so when you are uploading Excel data, you don't, like, you want that data to be saved, right? Not like, let's say you have created XYZ as a row, so when you are uploading the Excel, you want that XYZ data will must be stored in this table, right? Sorry, in this child table. So that's why I've created a filter, and out of that, out of all the Excel data, I filtered the this particular row value, particular record value in this table. Let's say you have 4 or 5 data, or like 10 data, and out of which 2 data are the this record, this particular record data. So that part will be filtered and get saved here. Okay. Now after that, let's say it's empty, then we will throw an error that, okay, that valid, that Excel does not have a proper entry, that's invalid entry. After that, we are filling the serial number, okay, based on whatever whatever data, like let's say 10 data, a data based on site type X. After that, we will prepare our LT data user dev to modify our child table. So here you can see we are filling the data from Excel, and that Excel file which we have. Now yes, this part is important here, since if you won't give this mk and mk dash ons, and that wrap symbol will not consider that, means it will think that these two fields will not be modified, the others will be modified. So if you want that your changes are reflecting all the fields, make sure you make it as mk on for all the fields which you wanna see in the database, that data must be reflecting. After that, we will first read the data from our user dev, and see is there are any data or not based on the keys value, like for the current record. If there are, then we will deleting it. Then we will again modify using that LT data which we have defined here, LT data user. Okay, this is the part where modification for will be done, like creation will be done for our associated like user dev. Okay, if everything goes good, then we'll give a success message. After that, we will change the status of our Excel, like file status. Okay, then that since file is uploaded, that Excel upload status we will give. Same thing here, control, make sure that control is mk on. After that, we will read the updated user and send the status back to front end. So this is a file selected status determination method. So this is for updating the status when attachment is selected or not, or like file is there or not. That's the status we gonna fill based on attachment modification. So nothing much. We will read the user entity based on keys, check whether file is like attachment is there or not. If not, then we will make this file status as file not selected, otherwise select. This is fill file status. So basically this is filled when you are creating any record, like while you are creating any records from in the start. So when you fill employee ID, dev ID in file status, then the status of our file status and template status will be filled using our determination fill file status. Basically what we are doing, we are looping the user entity based on keys, then updating the value that for template status absent and for file status file not selected, and marking the control as a mcan-on. Okay. Now here comes one more part, the get instance feature. You can see here. So this is for dynamic change of our buttons, like create button, action button based on some conditions. So what we are doing here, we are again reading the entity with fields employee ID, dev ID, file status and template status based on keys. Then for this upload button, we are an upload and download button, we are enabling, means like we are saving it, what action we have to perform, we have to enable or disable it, and then storing it to result, as you can see here. So what we are doing in upload button, like when file status is selected, then we are enabling it to upload the Excel file, otherwise disable it. In case of download, if the template status is absent, then we are enabling it. Okay, because obviously if there is no Excel template, then only we will enable it, right? And else we are disabling it. And in the in what we are placing it to action upload button, download button, and also I've told you that like I mentioned that we are not allowing user to create child entity child record directly, because there is this is because we have created its Excel file for uploading and downloading, so it will fail that purpose, right? So that's why we have not allowed. I have not allowed. If you need for your, if you think that you required, then you can change the code accordingly. So that's it pretty much for this code. I hope I have cleared everything. It might help. So this is how our app will look when you open the app. So let's press on go button. Since there are no data, so it's there is no data here. It is displaying no data, and these are the selection fields, and these are the line item annotations which we have used. So let's create a record for now. Let's say 1 2 user ID, development ID. Let's continue. Okay, everything is good. Let's create. Now since we don't have any Excel file, so we will download the Excel first of all. Let's see how it looks. Okay, this is how it looks. File not selected absent, that's fine. Get good. So let's download our Excel template. See, we have our Excel template and template available. If you try to download it, this is giving an option to download it, so you can save it. Since I have already one attachment filled, I'll try to upload that. So this is my Excel file upload. Excel, okay, open it. So this is my Excel file which is having the data. I'll open it. The selected file status is selected and template status is present. When you save it, the template status is gone since the file status is finally appearing, and upload data is coming now, and download Excel is disabled now. Let's upload it. Data is uploaded successfully and the status has been changed to green. Excel upload. So this is pretty much in this. You can try the app and see what else are there in the app. If you try to delete any data, also you can delete it. This facility we are getting to select multiple data at the time because of OData 4. If you create OData 2, then you won't get this option. Let's save this. That's pretty much for this app. Also, I'm trying to make some more changes in the app, making it more like trying to try some more things to add more functional in this app. Let's see how it goes. Once everything is completed, I will post it once again. So see you in the next video. Thank you.